I'm so nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everyone, it is 7 o'clock, and I would like to call this meeting to order, July 22nd, 2025. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright, council, you have the July 8th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Any corrections?
Before we get too started, can we add Amber onto the agenda for, what would it be again? New business. New business. Chamber Street. Thank you.
Okay, no objections to the addition. Okay, duly noted. July 8th, council meeting minutes. Any corrections?
I have one under other business public comment, where we voted on, without a better word, use, doing away with position for the public works number 6. We stated that if he was going to continue working for the project, that it would be paid out of the project. We did not approve for him to continue on with the town during the project.
Could you say that again, please?
The way this is reading to me is that he will be continuing on with the town as the water distribution manager or whatever, through Quail Loop and 8th Street projects. And that is not what we said. We said that if he was going to continue on with those projects, that he would need to be paid by them out of the project.
So I think that the statement after the motion was seconded, Mayor Bell stated that Joke City would finish the work for Century West 107, Quail Loop and 8th Street projects. That is not our intent. So that needs to be stricken
Well, but
from the
that's,
motion.
All that being said,
That
that's,
wasn't part of the motion.
I don't think that was said at all.
That was stated after
No, it said that it was to be done away with immediately. And
Right.
if he was going to continue on with the project, he would need to be paid by them, not Lynn.
That's okay.
This is what Mayor Bell stated. That wasn't what you stated, it's what Mayor Bell stated.
Well, her
Before the motion
statement,
carried. That's a quote.
that there was no agreement to that, that was simply her statement of what she wanted to have happen. But it wasn't in going along with doing away with position 6, because for months and months, we've asked you.
He's always been,
I know what he's always been, we understand that. What we're not getting is that we don't want to pay him $65 an hour out of the town's functioning budget for our town. We have another group hired to take care of the water and the sewer. Joe's work with Century West on Well 7, Quail Loop, and 8th Street projects should be paid out of the projects, not out of the town's operating budget.
his work for that project and those identifying there is for the town. And at that time, before he did his resignation, that was the agreement that was made, that he would continue working with the town, for those projects. So I was just repeating what has always been.
Well, this makes it sound like we approved that and we did not.
You did when you had the original not hiring, but continuation of the project.
We didn't realize he was on there.
He's
As
been
a
a
town
town
worker.
employee, yes, he's been a town employee. And so that was a continuation of his town
Okay,
employment.
well, regardless, we eliminated the position. We said it was effective immediately. And if he wants to continue on with those projects, he needs to be paid by Century West or one of the contractors
To do the
for
work
the
for them.
project. For
He's
them.
doing the work for the project,
For us, the
not
town.
for us, he's doing it for the project. Otherwise, Century West would have to hire somebody. Please, just.
It is for the town. He is a town employee protecting the town's interests
We
with
understand.
Well 7, Quail Loop, and 8th Street projects.
Oh, we pay him $5,000 to $7,000 or $8,000 a month for just these supposed little things that he's doing for these
Okay.
projects. And we've been asking for a long time, and you've ignored us, basically. When you said we would like for you to contact Century West and find out how they can pay him out of the project, out of the money that they bill to the town for the grant money that we got for this project. Not for our maintenance and
Not
operations.
a town employee. You don't want him to be a town employee. Is that what you're
I
saying?
think that we ended that with the last meeting. If we need his help, we've been asking for months, and we've ignored it, so you pushed us into a situation. If Century West really needs him, or somebody needs him, then they're the contractors for this project. They can pay him.
The
Out of
town,
the-
okay, I disagree with you only because the town needs his expertise. If you do not agree with that, then so be it. He is protecting town's interests,
It's another situation like the code enforcement officer.
which
And it needs to stop, and it needs to be stopped now. We made a decision, we made a motion, we all agreed to it, and it needs to be carried out.
So what is your correction to this paragraph?
That he is
you
no
wish?
longer to be paid by the town of Lynn. That he
That
should
wasn't
be
the
paid by
motion.
the project.
Okay, that wasn't the motion. So out of this paragraph, what do you want stricken?
The comment from you about keeping him on for the projects.
He is,
That's what I want stricken, because that is not something we agreed to. That is something you
did
want in
with
place,
his-
and you want to continue, and we disagree, and that's that.
that's that. I totally disagree because Joe is a town employee, has been since 2012, 2010, 20
No,
whatever.
You have every right to
2007.
disagree, but we
I'm
voted.
not going
we
to
voted,
yell over
we
you.
made a
I
motion,
have the
we
floor,
voted
sir.
on it.
I have the floor, sir. And I wish that the council would acknowledge his expertise, his knowledge of the whole system of the town. And he doesn't have to protect the town's interest in all these projects, but he is doing that. And I'm sorry, $65 is about half of what is the going rate.
Plus per diem, plus meals, plus everything else. It's
$6,000
paying him a
a
No,
lot
there's
of
no
money.
meals,
It's
there's no
mileage.
per diem.
It's my,
It's just mileage, it's not per diem meals and everything. He brings his own bologna sandwich.
Okay, well, still, we're paying him a lot of money. We're
I
paying
just-
him double what we're paying the person that we are operating under their license. And they're not being allowed to do their job because Joe's doing it.
Because, are you talking about Mr. Ruel?
Yes,
Ruel is not part of these projects, and he knows that. He is A-okay with having Joe finish out the projects.
that's fine with the projects, under the project. We have no complaint about that. The problem is that you are keeping somebody on who is not necessary when we have replaced them because they resigned. I would like what you stated for Joe staying on to be stricken because that was not part of the motion and not part of the agreement. But I would
But that's what was
appreciate
stated.
having it added on that we have asked for that him to be paid through the contractors or project to finish out, not by the town.
But that right there was not part of your motion at that moment.
It was. Yes, it was. And we all remember the same thing.
The motion.
Hush.
Okay, well, do I have to redo the motion to make you stop using him? Because at the time, that's what we indicated.
No, you can't redo, we're approving the minutes.
Well, I didn't say right this second. I asked if it's something I need to do. The fact is, the council voted on something, and you put something in here to make it look different, to continue paying him, and that is not what we agreed to.
It's just a statement that I made, which I made.
Yes, which makes it look like we agreed to let him continue on these projects paid by the town, and that is not what we did.
The statement needs to be separated from our motion.
I mean, you can put in there that you disagree and that you'd rather have him paid by the town or whatever, but that is not what we agreed to. And you can add that as an after the fact, not part of the motion.
Okay, what is, it says, Councilperson Anna Dobbins made a motion to, quote, do away with position number 6, water utility operator, at $65 an hour. Councilperson Jamie Schmunk seconded, motion carried. Mayor Bell stated that Joe Pasuti would finish the work with Century West on Well 7, Quail Loop, and the 8th Street projects, period. One audience member signed up to speak about a non-agenda item.
Does that sound right, Wayne?
not exactly.
I don't think so either.
I don't recall you saying that, making that statement. But
I
I've
do
watched the video.
remember her saying something about how he was supposed to.
But
stay
that
on.
was after our vote.
Yeah, okay.
So is there anything
That was
else?
after the vote, you're
Actually, I
making
would
it
just
look
like
like it's
that
part of
straight.
that.
Is there anything else?
I would like that completely removed.
We heard you the first time.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
is
I would
there-
like to be
Is there
acknowledged.
anything else to the minutes?
You guys have anything else?
Is there a motion to approve with corrections?
So moved.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded to approve July 8th, 2025 with corrections. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Council, you have the approval of July 17th, 2025 special meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
It's been moved and seconded to approve July 17, 2025 special meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under unfinished business, it is yellow. Task order number 1, 2025 funding application. And I have attached to it land task order number 01, 2025 funding applications. It's an email from Curtis to myself that says, please see attached updated task order 01, revised and ready for signature following approval from the council. Just a reminder that we will not initiate or apply for any funding without written approval. Turn the page, and then this is what was given to you by Curtis 2 meetings ago. Look, at the last regular meeting.
Do you know what the revisions were? So it's revised.
The draft is gone out of it.
The word draft is gone.
The motion to approve Lynn Task Order 01, 2025 funding applications.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve task order 01 for 2025 funding applications with Keller Associates. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Now, with that being said, is it okay, or do I have your approval to sign this document?
Make a motion, the mayor's hand.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the mayor signing this and send it back to Keller. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, unsolved emergency alert system, and I'm gonna turn the floor over to Barbara because she knows what, has transpired.
Okay. We got an issue. It was approved to, do 75 contacts. The problem is we paid for 75 phone numbers. So I have 50 contacts put into the system, which took up our 75 phone numbers. And I have another 65 phone numbers and 38 contacts.
And that's only 2 phone numbers per.
Yes,
Yeah, you're doing 2, you're doing 2 per house?
2 per
Household? 'Cause I
household.
thought we had
2 per
1 per household.
Nope.
We just did it too.
So that puts us over 150 phone numbers, over that.
You said 75 and 65. It's 140.
Sorry, it's 66. So, I'm at 75 now, and 65, okay, I have 152 written down. So, my math is wrong. Somewhere I got 152.
So 75 and 65.
Okay, so, we only paid for the 75, and we need 150.
And what's the difference between?
75 was $352.42, which has been paid. 150 is $552.69.
Oh,
Total, yes.
did you figure out the difference?
No, I did not.
Okay, so
It's 200, yeah, it's $200 and some change.
So we just need to up the amount of people that's. Okay, so I make a motion to pay the difference and go up to 150 numbers. And take that out of the training money for the council. As I paid for the first time. A lot of people
Yeah, we doubled. And Anna, you seconded?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure it's not done either.
Well, I'll actually have Jim signed up tonight. Sorry, Jim, I called you out. If there's any more that want to sign up, I have slips with me.
Yeah, I need one. I keep forgetting to grab one when I go down to the office.
Would you pass that down to Jim? I do have slips tonight if anybody in the audience needs one.
So is the system set up?
So it's in the process. I've been putting numbers in and, but they're all call. There's nothing text at this point because I've been having trouble figuring out how to set up the text message. So, everything is set up for calling at this point. To do text, I was reading this morning or yesterday on, how to do text, and I have to do something special and send out a special message for people to opt in to text. So, when I get all the numbers input, it'll be a couple more weeks, or another week or so, because we'll have to send the payment in and, get it updated with the new numbers. And, then I'll put the numbers in and then send out for anybody. I'll have to go back in and look at who all wanted texts and go through the process.
So can you set it up just with the phone numbers in there to start with so that it's available to be used? So it probably should be usable by the next meeting.
Yes, I hope so. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I would hope so, because it was an easy process to get the numbers in. It's just time consuming.
But you got all the rest of the information you needed.
So, yes. So we do have the motion to go up to 150 numbers payable from the council training, and Anna seconded.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, new addition, chamber, item C. Oh, wait, was that unfinished or
That was
new?
unfinished.
Sorry, back up. Okay.
Put it in the wrong spot too.
New business. Progress report. Progress payment number 2, C&E trenching. I don't know, I think it's what?
It should be white.
It is progress report number 2, work done through June 30th, 2025. On the back side is the dollar amount of $191,355.37.
Make a motion to approve progress payment number 2 in the amount of $191,355.37.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve progress payment number 2 for the dollar amount of $191,355.37. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we will send that off. We have, under new business, Quail Loop concern. And council, we received this under comments and concern form. I will read the comment and concern. It was dated June 8th, 2025. On the above date, a fire occurred on Clarence Street. It was started on Gary DeMoss Sr.'s property. 4 houses and other structures were in the path of the fire and or put in danger of being destroyed. After it was put out, the fire reignited. Thanks to the town's fire department, no one's property was damaged, except on Mr. DeMoss's property. From 2000 to 2023, there was only one fire in this area of town, caused by lightning striking a power pole transformer. Now there has been 3 fires in 2 years started and or caused by activity on Mr. DeMoss's property. Mr. DeMoss's property is a danger to life and property. He has failed to clean it up, and the town has failed to enforce the ordinances. Mr. DeMoss's property is a nuisance and has people living in RVs, both against town ordinances. We want something done about Mr. DeMoss's property before anyone's property is burned down, animals lost, and or someone is injured or killed. If this happens, not only can Mr. DeMoss get sued, but the town can get sued for not enforcing town ordinances and not protecting life and property. It is your duty as a town government. Received by the clerk July 11th in the afternoon at 2:40 p.m. And it was signed by the residents of the Quail Loop area. I would like to let the council know that there is documentation, there are letters, there are responses from Mr. DeMoss, from the code enforcement letters that were sent, so that you are aware. There's just one copy, so if you want to look at this now or pass it around to, at your leisure.
When was the last letter from the town sent to Mr. Moss?
The last one that I have here that I found was January 7th, 2025. And the first one that I have here, I'm not quite sure when they actually started, but the one that I found was May 31st of 2022.
So what part of the process are you in? You've sent letters, there's been responses, he's responded here at council meetings. And what are the next steps?
It's already been sent to a lawyer group, which is no longer with the town of Lynn. It's also been sent to the new lawyers that we have under our, I don't want to say hire, but I guess that they're hired. And here's the kicker. We have, okay, Julie, remember Julie, the attorney, the head attorney? She's out of the country right now, has been for a little while. Caitlin, who was the next one in line that was part of the interview, has left Ogna Murphy Wallace. Was it today or yesterday? Today we were informed that we have Heidi Greenwood of OMW is now going to take what was given to Julie and Caitlin, and she is now diving into the process of our ordinances, our nuisances, snail mailed packet to OMW when we first hired them. And so she's diving into all of that and getting a feel for that. And I believe that she's wanting a teams meeting tomorrow or next Thursday, to go through the next steps. I guess answer to your question a long way around. So hopefully Heidi will be able to address, and I'm not sure, has this been sent to, okay, so this will be sent tomorrow, this complaint, and so that's the last of the.
Can you send us any, an email, council members, email if there's any word from the lawyer, and just to see what they,
Yes, of course.
as soon as you get it, so that we can kind of.
Of course.
Go over what options we have to deal with it. Thank you.
Has he been issued any fine?
There were no fines. It was all, you're on step one, you're on step two, that type of thing.
He kept threatening the town to sue the town if we ever did anything. So,
Yeah. It was stated that, if he did not, start the process of cleaning up, that there is the chance, what we have in our hand, in our paragraphs of $1,000 lien that could be put to his property. And I believe, I'm not sure about the dates and everything, but I believe that's when he came to the council or the meeting and said, I will do it, just leave me alone, I will do it.
So is the lien for the town going in and doing some of the cleanup?
No, that would
Or
be
is
the
that a lien for a fine?
okay, anyone who, I'm just picking up one of the letters. Anyone who shall violate any of the provisions of ordinances, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ordinances that are listed, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and be subject to a civil penalty in the amount of no more than $1,000, period. The civil penalty is in addition to any other costs, such as cleanup costs, which may be imposed against the violator. That's out of one of the motorhomes talked about. The last time that any correspondence was between you and the town office was in November 2023. I'd like to check with you about the progress of the cleanup of your residence, because you had previously stated that some sorting and hauling off of some of the nuisance vehicles was beginning in April 2023. As requested by you, Mr. DeMoss, the town has left you alone. I put that in quotes. And you also stated, also in quotes, I will get this cleaned up. Again, I am checking on the progress of the cleanup. And that was from me, personal letter to him. So I just wanted the council to be aware that there was an official complaint, concern filed, and it will be sent to the attorneys. I guess upon your approval of letting them know. Anything else that you want to do, follow?
Well, we need to follow the ordinance, and that's in your hands.
That's what
But
this all is.
I'm very curious what the attorney has to say about any further things that they recommend, they recommend.
Okay,
I think we're all curious about that.
okay. Anything else that you want to direct to the attorneys?
No, just give us some assistance on how to handle
Do your job.
what's going on.
That's what we hired him for.
All right, will do. All right, with the agenda, going back to the agenda, mayor's report. Oh, sorry, now it's arrowed down. Okay, C.
Chamber is requesting permission to close part of North First Street, August 23rd for a community street dance. We would like to close the road in front of the Lions Club and the Lions Club Park, starting at 6 p.m. We want to allow for the harvest traffic in that area, which why we are only requesting in front of the Lions Club and the Lions Club Park. Thank you.
What was the date?
August 23rd.
Sometimes you get transfer trucks through there, the big semis. Remember last year, they were cleared down to the old lumber yard?
Well, we went and looked,
Oh,
and if you close it off just in front of the Lions Club, it still allows the trucks to go in, get to their grain filler, be able to turn around and go out
oh,
whichever
okay,
way
it's
they want.
not this street, oh.
Okay, submitted. So council, what? Oh, since you're all in the chamber, how do we handle that?
We're not all on the list.
No, we're not on that.
I move that we approve the, request for the dance permit.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request for Chambers Street Dance, August 23rd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Mayor's report for July 22nd. I would like to thank the residents who live on 3rd Street for their patience and understanding. A leak was detected last Friday in the basement of 308 East 3rd. All weekend long, we searched for the source. This morning, the leak in the main line was discovered between 302 and 308 on East 3rd. It is now fixed, but the hole is being left open to make sure the patches hold. And just before coming here, the patch, it's got a little drip. So we're gonna have to rethink on our patch apparatus. But anyway, there's a big hole on 3rd. Pay attention to the cones. Especially right in front of your house. All right. The 5th Street water leak is fixed, and there's still cones there. And we're waiting for asphalting quotes to repair the street with that. It has been suggested by Ruel that he can help the town crew with the sidewalk concrete. So we'll go maybe step by step.
So that it's gonna be tested and everything.
Well, okay. Unfortunately, we had rain. So we don't know if the rain that was coming off of the street, going down into the meter box, was the rain or if it was the meter box. So we're letting it dry out, and it's, pay attention to the cones. C&E is finishing the meter settings on 8th and S Streets. All water testing have been conducted and have passed, all tests. The roadway portion of the project will begin soon. I have not been given a date yet. So everybody understands that. Community members will be evaluating the damage that was done to the 2 poles and the sidewalk out in front of Town Hall from the recent accident that occurred last week. Repairs will be accomplished as soon as everybody can get together and discuss and see what the supplies are and all that, so.
I didn't quite understand what you meant. Community members are going to fix it?
It was suggested that, can I use names? Community members, have suggested that they could do the pole, cutting those poles, resetting the poles. There's 2 poles there. So anyway, I did get a quote from a tune of $13,000.
And did he have insurance?
We have contacted our insurance that they are doing the claim against that person, the driver. And so it's still in the process, but the community members are wanting to try to
Limit the charges against his insurance company.
So they're gonna fix it for free.
Well,
For
for
temporary
parts.
For materials.
Yeah,
well,
we don't know.
we haven't discussed all the details, but that was given to me at the side of the sidewalk this morning, so.
It's in discussion mode still.
Yeah. But I do know that a quote came in for, it's less, but I'll round up $13,000 for three panels of the sidewalk. They go cracks, and then the two poles, not, the one pole can be straightened up.
To the lights that are.
I would assume that that's part, the construction company that I contacted I did not include the string. I just said poles in the sidewalk, and I figured that we could do the strings.
Did the community member give you an approximate cost of materials?
Nope. They're researching that out as far as gathering the helping hands that they would need.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna return to the agenda for the finances. Hannah and Jamie reviewed the bills this morning, so do you have any other questions or concerns, council? I don't know what you want to do.
Let's get the warrant check. Did you guys have any questions on the warrant check register?
What's the release of lien D Hill? The
Yeah.
Adams County Auditor, the last one.
The town had a lien on D Hill at Southwest First Street, and we need to release it because it was paid.
We
And
gotta pay
then,
$303.
That's for the going rate, yes.
And what's this charge for town of Lynn for 960?
Where?
Third one from the bottom?
That's water and sewer,
How come it doesn't list water and sewer?
because I forgot to put it in.
Oh, that one.
Water, sewer, and-
It's it varies every month on overlays in the park, but it's a monthly bill.
It's our bill.
It's our, yeah, it's the
Our-
parks, the utilities for the town of Lynn. I just forgot to put water and sewer in the memo. We don't have any garbage.
Any other questions? Okay, so I make a motion to pay the warrant/check register dated July 8th, 2025 to July 21st, 2025 in the amount of $25,935.61.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the warrant check register dated July 8th to July 21st, 2025 in the dollar amount, $25,935.61. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, we'll move on to the pending invoices. I don't know if newer members are aware, but the town of Lynn leases the land from BNSF for the Lions Club building and the Lions Club Park. And then, the Lions Club turns around and reimburses us that amount?
Half.
Half?
And then half.
That was only a question. It was the total amount.
No, half.
What were the locates for?
Pick a subject, pick a street, pick a lake.
We get a bill every month.
Hmm.
For locates.
Every locate that's done, the town crew has to go out and locate the water and sewer.
Oh, it's the town that does that.
The cost is for them faxing the locates to us.
And a locate is Town of Lynn, a Vista, Century Link, and then now we will have included a fiber optic company.
That those
Whoever
locates
that-
also.
They all, if you call in a locate, then you've got 5 other entities that come and do their little marks so that you don't electrocute yourself.
Everybody's able. All right, so make a motion to approve the pending invoices for July 22nd, 2025 in the amount of $8,053.37.
Moved and seconded to approve the pending invoices dated July 22nd. Dollar amount, $8,053.37. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Signatures on the other side. Thank you.
Okay, comments and concerns from the council. Jamie, do you want to start, or Jeremiah, do you want to start? Or Anna, do you want to start? Okay.
I'm good
Go,
for now.
Jeremiah.
I'm good for now.
Okay. Okay, so now Anna, it's yours.
Okay. So this was submitted by a resident, and there's some questions and concerns. Question is, how is it a resident is allowed to turn water on and off without being charged an extra fee? Said meter was to be turned off over 6 months ago and has been allowed water after it's been shut off. Said meter hides behind a fence, not allowing the town to properly access the meter. Blue Yellow House. Haven't had. It's, all the way down Third on the end on this side. One house back, the Yellow House.
Oh. As far as I know, it's been off.
The people have seen them turn it on
Okay.
and off and using
And then,
water.
and then we go and read, and then it's off.
But are Are you noticing any changes in the meter? Is the meter broke? I heard that.
Yeah.
There's no usage.
How can that happen when people are watching and turn it on and using water?
I don't know.
There was water running in
Did
the
you just say that
backyard.
there was no usage to that meter, Barbara? When just last week, it's in this letter, I will give it to you. You told me that that meter was read and gave to Mark Cameron with the reading on there that there has been water usage. And yet you tell the council that there's no been water usage on that meter?
And we're talking about the same house I'm talking about?
309 West Third Street.
Oh, you have
Let's
an
just get it
address.
out
She
there.
didn't give me an address.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're talking about different houses.
Okay, we'll oh, hand up in the audience.
What they are actually doing is they are filling a cistern, I guess, is what you call that thing. They're having people bring water and they're filling that, and that's how they're using water.
I understand they used to
I
run
don't know
hose
what
from
they-
your house to fill the cistern.
That's
That's
right.
shutting water, which you're not allowed to do.
I already shut mine off, that's fine. But they're having people like, people cross to the other side of the track, they're bringing big jugs of water, and then they're putting it in that thing, and that's how they
Okay,
get wine out of
council,
that
you don't mind
faucet.
me jumping in here. The
Yeah.
reason why I didn't do this is because I don't think I can handle it with my heart. I don't want to be aroused because I've been aroused for 2 weeks by this issue. Okay, so with that being said about the meters being shut on and off, I get what Mandy is saying. I come home on July 17th. My water in my house is warm. When my house water is warm, without even turning on hot water, I know there's something going on within those 5 houses on that end of the block. I didn't know what was going on. I cleaned up my dog's mess, I washed my hands, I went outside to smoke a cigarette. I hear gushing water. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I look across, and there's a frost freak just gushing water on that property. If the meter's off, the water would be off.
Yeah.
The resident would have to turn the water on for that water to come through to that frost freak. Poor Mandy was out there with the city worker. City worker says, can you go help me assist turning the frost freak off? Because I can't get past the dog. So she goes over there kindly, tries to turn it off, can't get it off. So he goes to his truck, gets a tool, goes over, turns it off. Which, my understanding, he should not have done that. He should have turned it off at the meter. But in the video that I sent you guys and tried to be open and clear about it, it clearly states that he was told specifically not to turn the meter off because there was a law stating that he can't do that and it was too hot. And he got that from you, Paula.
I have said that, yes.
But
But
why
that- I
can't
did
you, why
not say-
can't the city is responsible at the meter, not at the phosphate? If I was that homeowner and you touched my property, which you are not entitled to, I would sue you. I'd be done.
So why aren't we making that meter unusable? And if there's no way to lock it, why aren't we?
Okay, well, that's
Something
another
or-
statement in here too.
Pulling the meter out and putting in a new one that can be locked? Why aren't we doing that? It's been going on for over 6 months apparently.
Well, but I
Well,
asked
then we
you why
turn
it
it
wasn't
on,
locked out.
and we're assuming that it's staying off until,
But it's
Well,
been
it can't be
recorded
locked
before
out,
this.
then.
Yeah.
If it can't be locked out, then you know it's gonna be turned on and off. at will.
not,
Mhm.
no.
Okay, so there's also concern about the dogs being neglected and abused. Being left out in 100-degree days with no water, no food.
Guys, excuse me, Heather. Oh, we have another hand up.
On the dog issue, I had gone over the other day, a sheriff had come and talked to them, and they had food and water.
I did put it in
And
there,
then
maybe
they-
if you are not anonymous, that Chris and I have reached out to many community members. And it's pretty bad because we have to reach out about somebody else's animals and bless your heart, you've taken care of it, everybody else is around. That's not their responsibility and we shouldn't have to call somebody else and reach out to somebody else, Heather even, to get a hold of somebody to go take care of somebody else's problems. And knowing that they didn't have water,
So somebody else is taking their water from their home and bringing it over and filling up the cistern, which you're not allowed to do.
Bringing it over to the dog.
Well, filling up the cistern, that's for more than the dogs.
No, she's talking about just the dog.
But I mean, when she's saying that people in trucks bringing water over to fill up the cistern.
Okay.
So how soon can the town open up that meter and put in a new one and lock it out? Apparently, if they have had water supposedly for 6 months, they're obviously very far behind and taking water.
When we get a chance, I will make that a priority. And I will report to you.
I mean, if somebody's that much of a problem, it's been going on this long, and I know that there have been numerous reports that they're turning it on and off. Maybe just need to get serious and take care of it that way.
so can I ask, with that being said, how was Barbara able to give the officer that came into the office to get the report, how was she able to give him a reading? And by the hand, because there's conflict, and it states in here too, that there's conflict. It's too old, we can't get a reading on it.
No, didn't she
Didn't
say
open it.
that reading, the last reading was?
From the handheld, and she gave that to Mark Cameron. If it was read by a handheld, then it would be an updated meter and not the old meter. Nobody has been there in over 2 years to read that meter inside there, Paula. I have cameras, and I've watched you walk up, read mine, walk away, and not read those meters.
Thank you. Hands up.
If it's a cistern, that could be the reason, I'm just guessing, why the meter is not moving on that. You know, if they're filling up the cistern, the handheld, for
Not
that
using them.
hand pump back in that corner. But also, that's a question on a lot of these houses. They're trading water all over the place. This isn't just that one
But
house.
if they have a cross crease spigot out in the yard, that doesn't come from the cistern, that comes from water pressure.
Right, but she was saying cistern or water.
That's the word that you call it.
Yeah.
It's a big tank that's under the ground, and as long as you put water, I actually gave the people that lived in there prior, let them use my hose to fill up theirs. That's why I know this thing. They filled it up, and then they don't have water in the house. They have water just outside in that one little thing you lift up and water comes out.
They raised it.
Is that the frost tree that we're talking about?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. they
Is
raised it.
the cistern
Yeah, it's not.
higher elevation than the frost tree?
Oh, my.
It's underground, you
It's
can't see
Okay,
it.
well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a siphon, how it works and stuff, but if where the water comes out is higher than where the water level is, where it comes out of that cistern, it will not flow out of that.
No, it just comes up with the.
Unless it has pressure, which a cistern's not gonna have pressure. Just a tank is not gonna have pressure. And especially if it was running for, I think you said a half an hour. Frost trees, they have a high flow rate. So like in 30 minutes, you can go through hundreds and hundreds of gallons. I don't know the exact number, but I don't know how big that tank is, but unless it's like 2,000, 5,000 gallons, which would be a lot to fill that up, I don't see that being a possibility. Especially with the frost tree, because those are dug generally about 6 feet down where they're connected. And that's why they're frost tree, because the water flows back down to keep it from freezing. But that tank would have to be a much higher elevation than the outlet on the frost tree itself.
Okay, we have a hand up.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what a resident's recourse is if they do catch someone hooking up to their water and taking it without consent. street,
Cut the
and there's
hose.
ordinances.
Well, I understand when you cut the hose, but now it's still my water bill, I'm still on the hook, or whoever they're stealing water from. So what is the residents' recourse at that
From
point?
my
You call
understanding,
town
there's all
hall?
the way around, because the guy that lived there, it was in his name, he's dead, they didn't get it transferred into their name.
Because it's in a court system. It's in a court
It
system.
is in
Then you would think
You
it would
sue
be
the
like that.
person. It's a civil matter. You're talking about, it's not what she's talking
Yeah, no.
about. It's a civil matter.
So it would be a misdemeanor for taking somebody else's water. And I think the main point is, why is the town allowing the important matters that are well-known to be left alone and untouched? It's a loss of revenue, at the same time, it's a legal matter the town should be handling and not walking away from. I'm just thinking out loud that people are charged all the time for turning the meters on and off, and if these people haven't been paying anything, not even the $40 a month for an unused service, then we need to just make it a non-issue.
Paul, can you bring that information in to us next meeting?
What
There's more down there, Jamie, on the very last.
what information?
Any information you have as far as who's supposed to be billed for that water? Who's resident? The water usage? Because, obviously somebody's using water somewhere. And even if they're filling a cistern of some sort out of their own water supply, that would show up on a bill, even if they don't, fill it up in a couple of months, you'd see a massive bill 1 month, and then nothing for the next month or two, until they fill it again.
Without your knowledge, right?
Right.
Right.
Unless they tampered with the meter and to where, it's not getting a reading.
So, how many meters, this is part of the question. How many meters are broke or can't be read?
No, right off the top of my head.
The last time we answered that question, it was 7.
That was.
I don't think we ever got a definite number.
It was 7. The last time
7
that
meters
was
that are
asked.
broken? Because the last time I asked, just like couple, 3 months ago or something like that, I was told like half of
No,
Yeah.
the eyeball red was half.
Yeah,
Half of the meters are eyeball
them. I
red.
asked how many were broken.
I know, and I said 7.
No, I'm pretty
Do we
sure.
have 7 replacements in the shop?
I would assume so, there's all kinds on the shelf, yeah.
Okay. We need to maybe see if we can get those in service.
It's money.
for the guys to install meters. They're already on the plot.
Oh, the meters that we haven't got.
Yeah. Okay, what about the fire hydrant on West Second? When is it going to be fixed? Because it's, a safety issue to the residents and also a town insurance issue. We're not seeing other water, we're putting in new ones and stuff.
Ruel has, noted that, and, he doesn't really know what exactly is wrong with it, and he needs to have time to study it or make it, try it out to see what's
So
wrong.
you pass for well.
Yeah, first thing out of the box.
Paula, can we get Ruel to come into the next meeting and kind of give us a progress report
I cannot promise next meeting, I can
Well,
promise that I
as soon as
will
possible?
ask him
Okay.
to, work it around. He's got like 10 other.
Right, yeah.
places.
Gotta hand it to the back.
There's one other one, it says, also when they're working on the property close to the wastewater treatment plant, there's a loud ringing noise that's been going on for at least 2 weeks.
That's the Huber.
in here. And
What is it?
is it supposed to,
Huber?
Hubert?
is that the,
It's the alarm that the Huber is not operating. And the motor is being worked on.
but
And that is a Ruel.
the alarm's supposed to be?
And we turn it off, and then it will, you walk 10 steps, and then it comes back on.
You want to
Nope.
With that being said now, with that meter being backfed, you basically, if you don't turn it off and there's a problem in town, you guys just admitted liability to anybody in town with a contaminated water supply. If they're backfeeding that water, it's on both videos, anybody that watched that video can now sue the town of Lynn if they have a problem with their water supply. If they're backfeeding that system and you don't turn
There's
that meter off.
not any back feeding.
It can backfeed if you don't turn that meter off. And they're filling that system with a hose, and somebody shits in that hose, and you get E. coli inside the water supply.
You're making things up, and I have
I'm
not
not
heard
making
anything
things up.
other than what other people have carried there.
Okay, Mandy said that they use a hose to fill their system. And if that same system,
say it, they're just pouring water into that.
well,
I don't even know if it's like.
Yeah. just so that it's on record, that you guys know that if there's a water contamination system, that's where to start looking.
please
Yes.
make that a priority as soon as possible?
Also, I guess with that being said, I'd like to thank each and every council member for answering the phone calls, the messages. You guys didn't have to do that. You did it with open ears and respect. You weren't expecting a response, but I'm thankful that you guys took the call. You understand.
Okay, good job. And next,
Okay, I think we beat the, water meter issue to death here. How's that park repair coming?
for what?
The bathroom.
Well,
Literally.
the girls' sink is now falling off the wall. We have had leaks on Fifth Street and Third Street and Third Street again. So, I'm just letting you know that the bathrooms are the long last of the bladder.
Well, you were fixing something on the outside.
You showed us pictures of it, so.
Yes,
we were-
and we have the supplies,
Okay,
one step closer.
yeah, perfect. Now you need the expertise to put it together.
Don't have any nails, but that's all right, we have the supplies.
Screws then. Okay, and what's the progress report on well 7?
Progress report is the same as before. Dan is in, contact with Snyder. Snyder is, got parts ordered, I have understood Dan to say, on, and the motor is off the shelf. So we're just waiting for the actual pump parts. Don't quote me on that because I'm thinking that I might have them screwed up.
Okay, and then this thing that says that the insurance company will cover the damages?
That email, yes.
It's hard to read, so I don't know what it says about it.
Give it to me, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
All right, this is from, Margaret Litwin, Litwin. Dear Paula Bell, we found coverage for the cost to repair well 7 caused by rock/stone intrusion into the pump. Once the repairs are completed, please submit a copy of the final invoice for payment. And that is Travelers Property Casualty Company of America. And that was dated the 15th of July at 5:30 in the morning. So they are working on it. Now, as far as the warranty goes, I am pushing that they still push pressure for the warranty to be honored.
Okay,
That's where I stand.
okay.
But the parts are being, or have been ordered, Snyder or Dan. Dan was telling me that Snyder has.
Okay,
But no date.
okay. That's all I have.
Okay, James done?
None of it.
All right. Yep. for everyone?
Okay.
Okay, move and second to adjourn, thank you. All in favor?
Motion carries.
Why? The phones are beyond the wall.
I didn't think that, but almost did.
Don't do a U-turn.
Yeah, whatever.
Do not do a U-turn. Oh,
See you guys later.
Have a good night, Grandma.
I had, no, I did not heard. I had it up on the wall.